My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is June 14th, 2025. It is 3:08 a.m. Alright, so it took me a while to put a list together. There's a couple things I want to share with you. I just put this list together and I have some politic and tweets I would like to share with you, but I don't think I want to record them tonight. So I'm just going to focus on the new list that I just came across. I haven't been on Twitter as much, to tell you the truth. I've been very busy. You know, once I get up in the middle of the night and record, and once it's daytime, I'm doing different things. I don't get a chance to be online as much. But anyway, this is the back end. Let's go on Twitter. So it seems like some of the squaddies are still talking about the Brook situation. I spoke about her in a couple videos already, and I've done a short video about the situation, the incident where she mentioned Meghan, and I put cross-reference what Meghan did and SXSW on that same clip. But anyway, so let's get started. So there's this here. No wonder. Anyway, I hope that liar Brook goes into therapy instead of continuing to be jealous and angry at other women just because they had a better childhood and upbringing than Brook did. It's not the beautiful youth looking Meghan's fault that she had a better. Why did I put this? I think I put this because I don't know why I put it. It was there, so I share it with you. Make your own judgment. But anyway, let me just read. Okay, mother while growing up than Brook ever had. Period. Brook must have been triggered by stark differences in her sense of autonomy compared to Meghan at a very early age, because nothing else explained this fabrication that she reported as fact. This information was not solicited unless she had an understanding with India. Yeah. Could be. Like I said in past videos, I think there was something that triggered when she brought up the thing during the 2024 South by Southwest situation. There was a reason why she brought it up, and I think what triggers her is that the host sort of brush it off, then really focus too much on what she said, Brook said, and that probably triggered her in some shape or form. And then when she brought it up, she had an ill intention. It didn't go accordingly. I hope she learned her lesson. I don't know. Brook must have... Okay, that's the one I just read. Whatever is here, that's it. Alright, she clearly felt inferior to the Duchess and chose to embrace the typical jealousy, petty route. Instead of embracing her own journey and story, she wanted to belittle Meghan's. I think so too. Live your own truth, lady. That I agree. Okay, what a talent. No wonder they delayed the podcast. I mean, you have this woman being interviewed by a shoplifter criticizing Meghan for giving an answer to a question she was asked. Laughable. I really don't know. What the hell was she doing here? I really don't know. You could read what's there. I'm done. I really don't know why she brought it up, because it was uncalled for. Let's go to the next tweet. That's TikTok regarding Santa Bali. I don't know if something new is gonna come out about the investigation for Santa Bali. And past videos, I think I recorded yesterday, there were about 2 tweets. One of them had to do with Santa Bali's post, who's asking for people to donate, and then another one that I share where I don't know if it's a squad or just another person who made reference to the donation and said, Shanduka had to leave in order for us, for people to donate because things are a bit too messy. So I don't know if the result of the investigation is gonna come out, but there has been a lot of talk regarding Santa Bali since that donation post was shared. Okay, so let's get to this. Not Sophie pulling a Camilla Tomney and claiming death threat. Okay, so let's listen to this. Oh my God, it's 6 minutes plus 6 minutes and 13 seconds. Let's listen.
I had to push the button 3 times because I had to calm down. Because I know this is not what I think it is. First of all, let's tell some truths here, okay? I saw the comments under the initial post that I got. I got that from a site called X Cancel, where you can put in a link and you can see, without having a Twitter account, you can see what a post is and the comments under it.
Oh, very interesting. Maybe this is something some of you guys who follow me, who don't want to be on Twitter, could do. I'll listen to this again and check out what do you call this, the page that she mentioned where you could just put the link, because sometimes I put the links of the tweets that I'm sharing with you in the description. Sometimes I remove it when I run out of character, because there's a limit of character, about 6,000 plus or something. When I surpass it and I need to put at least enough information about the tweet, I'll remove some links. But this is something you guys probably should check. But let's continue.
I saw nothing that looked like harassment. I saw nothing that looked defamatory. What I saw was people saying, we're not donating another dime until the founders come back, and hashtag free Santa Bali.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I share some of them with you. That's what I saw too. I share some of them with you. I don't read all of the comments, depend on how the lengthy of the responses are. I'll read a good portion of the comments, and majority of them were like, they're not donating to that because of the nonsense that's going on, and they want Shanduko to leave the foundation. Yeah, let's continue.
That's all I saw. I saw nothing that looked like harassment. If she got anything that looked like real harassment, and I don't mean like, oh, well, it was implied. No, like, show us real proof that your life is in danger, Sophie.
Yep, people are not standing for this BS.
Because it's real ironic that that special button called disable comments magically works now, but it didn't work before, when you had racist ass Brits, Scots, Americans, Aussies in the comments section saying horrible things about Meghan and Harry. The button didn't work then, right? Right, ITV, right, Vogue magazine, right, Vanity Fair. Y'all buttons work real good when it's somebody who pays you money to turn it off. Hi, William.
She's not playing.
But this now is about Santa Bali, the charity, because we are at that window now where the UK Charity Commission should have been wrapped this up a long time ago.
Yep.
They should have wrapped it up a long time ago. That's my neighbor's cat, by the way.
They're probably waiting for the sentiment of the people to see how we feel about Santa Bali before they put the result in. They want to just sneak it out there to not make that much noise. But let's continue.
So what's taking so long? Why is this woman able to beg and use third-party apps to collect money? Why is it now that suddenly the epidemic that is going on, I don't know if I can say it here on TikTok without getting banned, but why is it that suddenly that epidemic, all of a sudden, we could talk about it again after Sophie said it's not an issue in Lesotho and Botswana?
That's right, I heard that.
We need to focus on climate change. Oh, we do? That's not what Santa Bali is about. That's a weird turnaround. Yeah, I forgot. Kensington Palace's old flunky, Rollison, Mr. Tuck's Trust, wants to turn it into that now. And basically, if you think that Sophie is not or has not been compensated for her loyalty, you got another thing coming. You got another thing coming. This woman was a mole. She pushed herself in, and she, Lord have mercy. When it all comes down, when we get the real inside tea, you all are going to see how pressed and obsessed that family over in England is about Harry. And what's comical about this is that Sentabali isn't even Harry's biggest draw. It's not Invictus. It's not Travelist. It's a very humble charity. And yet, they figure, let's start with the small one first, because the small one is going to be easier to take.
That's right.
Sophie Shanadaku is not a victim. The children who are benefiting from Sentabali, those are the victims. And she's trying to use their pain and suffrage as leverage to attack people like me and you who are calling her out. You can't do it, ma'am. And where's your new friends? You know, the ones who say you a strong black woman. Where they at? Are they not donating money? That's odd. Where's the 1.7 million you said that you automatically had? That's odd. Wouldn't that 1.7 be automatically given to people who work there and other things? We saw the letters. We saw the letters of people being excused from their post because you can't pay them. But you have the audacity to sit here and ask for a 6-figure salary. Ma'am, you're a joke. And I'm saying that in a non-threatening way. You're a joke. I feel sorry for you. Because you did all of this and you're not going to have shit to show for it. I'm sure the royal family in Rollison did not give you enough money to hide your shame. By the way, how's Nandy Life Sciences doing? I checked. The website is still defunct. So, you know, you're going to have to try harder, ma'am. This victim stuff doesn't look good on you. Not after you sat on a platform in front of Trevor Phillips and a whole bunch of other racists and told them that Meghan is the problem with Sentabali. A woman who has nothing to do with the charity. A woman who all she's ever done was stand by her husband's side when he plays polo, just like all the other wives do. But if the two toxic people are gone, you should be rolling in dough. Oops, my earring fell out, y'all. That's okay. I can still drag with one earring on. How about that? So yeah, what's your next plan, lady? What's next for you? Because it's clear no one is giving you money. Not your new fans and not the people who were doing regular rotational donations to Sentabali. That's all gone. So spare us the dramatics. Leave your post, have some damn pride, and never ever put your hands on another charity of this magnitude ever again. You don't deserve it. You're not serious. Anyway, happy Friday the 13th, everyone. Bye.
Yep. They thought they were gonna do this quietly without any pushback. I guess this is a lesson for them. This is a lesson for them. They start with Sentabali because it's a very down low, minding its own business, doing its thing. If I'm not mistaken, ISPS, Honda, and what was the other one that used to sponsor Sentabali? ISPS had removed itself, but it remained with Invictus. There was another one. And Heavy's Polos match. I think that, and you know, people who donate occasionally, that was supporting the Sentabali. But after this BS went on, they thought that they were gonna remain and destroy it within. The money was gonna pour in, use the money for some their BS, and then neglect the kids. I just hope, even though Harry's not saying it to the world, I just hope they're doing something in the background to help those kids, even though it's not under Sentabali, because this is so unfair and uncalled for. Let's see, spot on. Love Erica, she's the best. She always has great takes. Thank you, Queen. Harry is blessed more than he knows. Preach. Love you, love you. Don't think I'll ever say it enough. Okay, she's so beautiful, but more importantly, this lady gives some amazing insight. Yeah, okay, so there's this. I don't want to read too much. Let's go to the next one. Completely different topic now, okay? Completely different topic. Has nothing to do with Sentabali. Right, so there's another squaddie who usually have good takes on the topic of the day. Newsflash. Disrespectful women get praised for wearing heels in a place where they shouldn't be worn and for putting one foot in front of each other. Alright, I saw squad throwing shade about heels and things like that, but I didn't know what it was about. So now I guess Martyn is gonna explain.
Morning friends, happy Thursday, how are you doing? It was Hill Week at Running Club last night and one of the hottest days of the year. It was hard work, I'm slowly coming round today. Get to the point, Martyn. We're living in a mad world. We really are, when the Daily Mail has to say this about Kate's visit to the V&A. This was literally all they could pull out to say in a positive manner about her. Kate masterfully managed uneven floors in heels. I mean, for Christ's sake, this lady is potentially going to be the future Queen of England, and there's really that little to say about her. They have to focus about what's on her feet and the fact that some of the floors at the V&A may or may not have been uneven. It just literally blows my mind that even the media cannot find any value that Kate brings to blooming anything. Imagine being Kate. How sad would you feel if people just weren't able to find anything you've achieved, any value you bring, any debate or discussions that you open, anything that you challenge about society? There's literally zero going on apart from her shoes. It's mad, isn't it? And on that bombshell, comments are open as ever.
I'm laughing because of the squads. The way they throw their shades without saying any name, but you know what they're making reference to. I don't have those tweets here, but I came across them because I was a bit confused. I sort of known, but I wasn't 100%. The way they throw their shades. Okay. Whatever happened to talk about my work, not my clothes, but I suppose if work consists of 1 PR per week, school term times only, there is nothing of substance to mention. You see the tumbleweed rolling around the floor when she's out. She's so gray and bland. There she look and sounds zoned out. There is no genuine conversation. It's just all rehearsed BS, haha. The floor were probably corks. She probably left indentation everywhere. It's a disgrace, and picking up things with bare hands while others doing it with gloves. OMG, clown. Okay, well, so far she is not walking barefoot with her husband holding her shoes, which slightly better than the actual queen. No, she was just doing that and the sand dune with her hubby not so long ago, with the poor children looking over, all traumatized. Haha. Did her team not inform her or wanting a situation to talk about? So amateurish. I'm wondering, I think sometimes they're setting her up so the tabloid could write their BS. I don't know, because a lot of time I see things and I'm like, why didn't she do her homework before going to those events to at least be aware what the thing was about? Sometimes I think they just set her up because after all they want the others to look good, so she's just the one they want to use. They treat her like she's an infant. One of her children could do a better job. All right, let's go to the next one. I don't know, she allowed it to happen, so I can't feel sorry for her. There's this here. How can Pippa and her billionaire husband be having money trouble? Do we think Kate is gonna help Pippa? She can't even help her mom. Okay, tough times at Buckleberry Farm. I hear the 72-acre Berkshire estate owned by the Princess of Wales' sister Pippa Matthews, Wright, and her hedge fund manager husband James is 807,000. Okay, it's very blurred. 807,543 pounds in debt. The couple submitted plan to build a nursery on the farm, which features a petting zoo beloved by Prince George to save it from financial what? Prince George to save it from financial ruin, but the idea was slammed by the local authority. The farm has faced yearly 6-figure losses since James bought it for £1.3 million in 2021. Time to sell up. These people, they lie too much. They like to show off. His net worth is a bit of a mystery. Following his engagement to Pippa, news sources approximate his total value to be upward of £2 billion, but there has never been an official confirmation of that number. They just like to throw numbers out. You figure it out once you get in the mix. Okay, because they lie as usual, the family were never millionaire or billionaires, they are bankrupt. Their terrible uncle sponsored them for a while. That's it. This one married into a family where the husband's dad was wanted and friends. There's no money. All a cover, now blonde. That is true. I came across, not today, a while back, could have been a year or so ago, where they weren't friends. They were pointing a gun at somebody, I think. I must have shared it in one of my videos. If I came across it, I probably would have shared it in a video. His net worth is a bit of mystery, town and country. Interesting, when American publication research tried to confirm his net worth, they couldn't. Almost all the stories of his net worth came from UK media. Yeah, they just put some nonsense out there. Let's see, his net worth, billion. Okay, so that's the thing I just read. The business is having money trouble, not the couple personally. It's an important distinction. In the same way, the parents' business went bankrupt, but not the parents. Kate's parents never had the money they or the press claim. Remember that video of the uncle who was selling drugs?
As well as supplying drugs, bald-headed Goldsmith brags of his connections with royalty. He even claims Prince William will soon be a guest at his home, the home he has crudely named Maison de Bang Bang.
So he was making money, in my humble opinion, by doing that, and he was supporting all the family. Alright, does anyone know what happened with her husband's dad rape charges? It sort of disappeared from news. Okay, Pippa Middleton's father-in-law David Matthews arrested on charges of raping a minor. Pippa Middleton's father-in-law David Matthews was arrested at Paris Orly Airport earlier this week and charged by French police with the rape of a minor in the late 1990s. What date? When was this? There's no date. There's no date. I thought this was obvious when the billionaire didn't bail out his in-laws or buy some of his brother-in-law's stale dog food. Wait, I mean, you have to have a reason. When it's business, you have to see if buying certain things is an investment, a good investment. So it was not profitable for him. So racist drug his uncle doing reality show to make money, and the Middleton businesses all crashing and burning. Coincidence? There's one comment and then okay, so there's all of that. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know the pride of these people. They fall for anything once they see the dollar sign without, with their integrity just thrown out the window. If they ever had the integrity anyway. But anyway, next tweet. Help, the balcony and balcony. This one got me. The balcony and balcony. Can Harry and Meghan help us make the balcony great again? Where are those secret weapons at? Alright, so that's from Jeremy Vine. Okay, that's a screenshot. This afternoon on Vanessa, we're asking, should Meghan and Harry rejoin the royals? The Guardian has reported that Prince Harry has applied for his children's passport with their HRH titles, and they say so the children can decide for themselves later in life if they have to be working royals. These things should not be a surprise, because I think Harry and Meghan have said it in the Oprah interview. I don't think I have that part of the clip where Meghan have said, she wanted to the kids to make the decision for themselves. It's not for them, Harry and Meghan, to make that decision.
That racist comments were made before the birth of their first son.
He won't be given security. He's not going to be given a title.
Alright, but what about their parents? Should they be on that Buckingham Palace balcony tomorrow for trooping the color? Get in touch with WhatsApp. Alright, so let me get this straight. Saint Kate is going to come out tomorrow with the kids, but it's Harry and Meghan they're wondering about. That's an ad. Okay, let's pause this. This is all happening because there's no juicy gossip surrounding trooping, so they're coming up with fake Harry wants his kids to be working royals when they get older stories. I mean, there's Harry who understands he went through all this BS. You think he will want his kids to do that? Will explain to his kids the implication of things. And why will they put themselves in that? They're building their own legacy. And if the kids want to continue with what Harry and Meghan are doing, that's perfect. At least the foundation is set for them already. If they don't want to, and they want to start something completely different, that's their job. That's their priority. And we already know the others, they don't want them. that I'm pretty sure the kids will understand that what they did to their mom and dad. Okay, well, and then everything is documented. Okay, so the kids have plenty of information to go by. Why would they want two of the most unpopular royals on the balcony? That crusty ass balcony with crusty ass ugly people. They're gonna have Beatrice out there looking like a bug life with her gay husbestie. Just beef up the numbers. Truly what Chucky deserved as his legacy. Okay, are we really still talking about this? Okay, remember when they said this was the type of things he will miss when he left, and now they're the one missing him. Clown, exactly. I thought they had Sophie as their secret weapon. Or was it Beatrice or Eugenie? Oh no, silly me, it's Louis. Alright, where did they get that working royal stuff? I doubt it if they want to do that. Yeah, I don't think Kevin, they're more than happy to get out of there. They make the perfect decision for them. They, meaning the royal family, make the perfect decision for Harry and Meghan. Next tweet. I remember at the time this photo came out, one of our squaddies shared that her young son skeptically asked, quote, "Are these his bodyguard? Can they run?" End quote. Both very good questions. Turn out the bodyguards can't run or swim and are going down with their fast sinking ship. Harry addressed this in one of the Invictus about the uniform.
The uniform you've been wearing this past week will give you a new story to tell. And for others, it may give your old uniform new meaning. But I'm here to remind you that after all this, you don't need to rely on a uniform, nor should you ever feel lost without one.
Alright, I have to laugh again. It's funny I didn't come across that particular tweet she's making reference to. Why did they exclude him from wearing a uniform? This is probably a new squad, don't know. Okay, what did Harry ever do to that family? Okay, so there's 5 comments under it. Okay, they say it was because he was no longer a working royal, which is BS because he's military veteran either way. Exactly, what business have royals controlling military uniform? Okay, well, Charles is like the head of the military and stuff. They were scared he looked better in a uniform. Instead, he stood out and they looked like a dad's army. Alright, I think it looked worse when members of the royal family who have never served are wearing uniform, but Harry, who served 2 tours in Afghanistan, cannot. He shone too brightly. Yeah. Yep. Come on. I mean, it's like anything that Harry holds dear to himself, they want to remove it from him. Like when he, during the Sendrian summit, he said his most priority was security.
Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between, a compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover.
What did they do? They go after security. So Harry need to reserve the things that he considered very important to him, to himself. He doesn't need to tell the world, us, or anybody. He could circumnavigate around it without lying. I'm not saying for him to lie, but the things that he truly have passion and care for, that he doesn't need to tell them because they're gonna use it against him. Alright, let's read what's there and then move on. So I came from here. The irony is that the guy not in uniform is the only one to have seen active service. Isn't Andrew as well? Even though he's done his thing, but from what I understand, he did serve. There's the laugh. He sound familiar. I remember asking my kids who was most important in this picture, and they pointed at Harry saying he's the boss with his bodyguard. Okay, whoever decided not to let Harry wear the uniform he earned ended up doing him the biggest favor because that photo is iconic. It shows exactly who the real king in that group is. Yeah, let's look at it again. Yeah. And then let's not forget during the ceremony, the Queen ceremony, and they put a feather on Anne's hat so they could block him. I'm saying, these people, it's like childish mind. Childish. It probably was not Anne's decision, but she followed whatever they told her. But it's really childish pettiness. All right, next tweet. There's Martyn again. Okay, I have another tweet regarding Martyn. Okay, I should have put all three together. Willie hasn't done a thing for the Greenfell survivor, the one beautiful lady that has it, Meghan Sussex, and her cookbook. Alright, so when was this? 13, yesterday. All of these were posted yesterday. Let's debunk this story together. How Prince William has upheld his promise to survivors of the Greenfell Tower fire after the shock of being heckled on his first visit with his grandmother. I mean, when the Greenfell fire happened, I wasn't like active on Twitter to share the thing about it. It was after the fact, and then I learned about it. To what all the thing that I've said about Greenfell or anything like that, not once I came across of him doing anything for that. Alright, but let's listen. 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Morning friends, happy Friday, how you doing? In the usual manner, the British digital media titles are looking everywhere and anywhere for anything positive to say about Kate or William. Let's debunk this story together. How Prince William has upheld his promise to survivors of the Grenfell Tower fire. Grenfell Tower fire 2017, 72 people lost their lives in an apartment block fire. It's in West London, the Grenfell Tower. It's literally 20 minutes drive from Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace. It's right on the doorstep of the whole royal family. So
it was in 2017 when it happened. And let's keep in mind, even though Meghan is not living in the UK, the work that she did for the Greenfell fire is still bringing up money to help them. Okay, that's the cookbook. But let's continue.
So what has William done to actually uphold his promise to those families that were destroyed by that fire? So,
well, I guess to make sure the money that's coming up from the sale of the book goes to the people. I think I came across something back then where they wanted to use the money for something else, and Meghan insisted, no, that the book was made for that, and that money is gonna go to that, to the Greenfell victim. All right, let's continue.
In 2018, a year after, he went on a TV program for a short period of time, DOI SOS, helping the people that have had to move to temporary accommodation because they lost their homes in the fire. Not much work, in my opinion. 2018, he went to the launch of a charity which seems unconnected to the Grenfell Tower fire, by the way. That charity was actually launched in 2017, so unsure why the launch of it was actually a year later. 2023, he went round the corner from the Grenfell Tower to visit a football club who allegedly supported victims of the Grenfell Tower fire in 2017. So, since 2017, he's literally done 3 things, 2 of which seem absolutely unconnected to the Grenfell Tower fire, all the families there. Is that upholding a promise? 8 years down the line, he's done 3 things, 2 of which don't seem to be connected. I hate to be tough on the guy, but you've got to look behind these headlines to find out what really happened, because as we all know, the British non-working royal family are the masters of deflection.
What?
Comment.
Did he say this deception? Because I said the thing, I said something at the same time. I was saying deception, master of deception. And they bring it up on themselves because they're raising these topics, and then when people look into it, and you realize they're just lying. Okay, all of this they're bringing up to themselves. They could just ignore and just do different things, but then again, the tabloid don't like them, I think. Let's play it again. Let's pick it up from here.
Things, 2 of which don't seem to be connected. I hate to be tough on the guy, but you've got to look behind these headlines to find out what really happened, because as we all know, the British non-working royal family are the masters of deflection. Comments are open as ever. Let me know what you think.
He said deflection, and I said deception. They like to switch it, you know, the squirrel, but almost the same. They like to deceive people. Let's read some of the comment. Why don't they highlight what Meghan did that made a huge impact in 2017 and still does today? That's what I was saying. They won't do that. It won't get enough clicks. They only like the hate posts about her. It boils my blood. Meghan still has money going in for this charity. Okay, Meghan had to sneak around helping people and edit Vogue covers. Yeah, all of this she had to do it in secrecy, because if they knew, they will sabotage it or find a way to take the credit away from her. Then they accuse her of trying to monetize the monarchy, so they chase her out. Look who is saying he's monetizing the monarchy and doing nothing different and not mean nothing. Okay, service is just not in the DNA of the British royal family members. That's why their performative action fall flat whenever they attempt to mimic charitable acts of generosity or basic kindness. They are totally clueless to the real life everyday struggle of regular people. That's a very good way of putting it. Alright, we know what Meghan did, and she is still in contact with these women. There's that. Okay, so I read everything. Next tweet. There's another tweet with Martyn. It says balcony. I hope I didn't so the tabloid were busy with all of the headlines, so Martyn picked a couple of them and talk about it. Yeah, that was yesterday. He posted that. Okay, what do we expect from a cold calculating cult and their sparse balcony? Who they're going to pull out tomorrow to fill it up? Fergie's girls or even Fergie? Haha. The program and control are awaiting the benefit squanders parade in the golden carriage while they struggle. Alright. This I cannot read, so it's there, but I have to fight it to see it. Alright, so let's listen to him.
Morning friends, happy Friday, how are you doing? As ever, before we get started, creator credit time. I'll tag the creator of this TikTok account, because we do not steal other people's work, right? That would be wrong. This creator makes a really interesting point. He's trooping the colour tomorrow, Saturday, in London, with a huge aerial plane-based fly past. Is it actually going to go ahead after the shocking events of yesterday and the Indian plane disaster, where 67 British passengers, British nationals, also lost their lives? And my heart goes out to anyone who knew someone or had family, including the aircrew, on that flight.
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't share it. I think there's only one survivor, and he just walked away. I think there's some scratch on his head. I didn't highlight this on my videos, but yeah, I came across it. There's a lot to highlight. A lot of things that's going on in the Middle East with Iran and Israel. So you guys do some research, you know, go and look what's going on around the world. But anyway, let's get back to this.
The scenes on the TV were just shocking. It will be in poor taste, to say the least, if the non-working British royal family are stood on that balcony saluting the planes, multiple as they fly by, less than 72 hours after one of the most terrible air disasters ever. Let's wait and see what happens. Is there going to be a minute silence at the abhorrent waste of money that Trooping the Colour is? Probably. Will that even happen though? I've no idea. The problem with the monarchy is it's outdated. It's not suitable for 2025. And the royal family will eventually realise this. They failed to modernise, and their whole business, their whole institution is now irrelevant to what happens in daily life. And this example, this dichotomy, air disaster followed by a fly past, is one of many that we could pull out on a daily basis. But as ever, comments are open. Let me know what you think.
Well, the royal family, in my humble opinion, they really don't care, all right, about modernizing, because their blueprint has been working for them. They will destroy anything else to remain the way that they are. And this is what's happening globally. As much as they are all connected with what's going on around the world, they are all connected. Many of them are staying quiet, pushing others in front to do the dirty work. This is their blueprint, all right? They don't care about being modernizing. Come on. Okay, they can at least cancel the fly pass 100% out of respect of the tragic situation, but we all know they won't. They really don't give a flying hoot. Yeah, they don't care. Okay, I agree. It should be cancelled. Awful tragedy. It was so sad, heartbreaking. So many lives lost in a short amount of time. Can't imagine how scared they must have all been. There was a video I came across where two individuals, I don't know, I think they were British national. I think they record themselves before they, they went on the plane. They were just sitting, just chatting or whatever. They probably posted on social media, and then few moments later the plane crashed. Okay, I don't think that it will ever occur to them. Royal family always turn death. Poor taste is the royal family's middle name. They won't cancel the fly pass. It won't even occur to them, as they don't care about their own family, never mind some British nationals they never met. Yeah, they don't care. They don't care. But if someone else, okay, if someone else were to do the exact same thing that they do, but they will point out, and there's some sort of a disagreement with whoever did that, they will point out the insensibility of it. But for them, nah, they'll deflect and do all sort of things. Next tweet. I don't know what this means, but I don't know why I'm sharing this. Alright, too funny not to post a Father's Day card from, was it Monping, if Harry and Meghan. Okay, that dance like no one's watching. Okay, greeting card company has created a Father's Day missive featuring depiction of Harry and Meghan as seen in their recent twerking video. Right, most definitely. That may not be Harry. Maybe it's Jake. Okay, whatever it is. I saw this and I thought I'd share it with you. Alright, so now I'm completely done with anything royal. This is something that I came across and it's so funny. Unfortunately, there will be some screenshot, okay? It has nothing to do with Harry and Meghan or royal family. Alright, it seems like there is this couple, young couple, they probably just got married. I don't know. Okay, so the wife is asking the husband to help clean out and things like that, and the husband was not listening. He's playing video game, and then what the daughter-in-law did is call the husband's mother to come and talk to the husband. Okay, so this is the house is kind of clean though. Alright, this is the tweet. He doesn't listen to her nor help her, so she calls someone he listens to. That's the laugh here. 1 minute and 38 seconds. Okay, so this is the husband.
I'm doing everything.
Okay. Okay, so this is pretty much where it starts. Alright, the daughter is talking to the mother-in-law about the husband, that the husband doesn't listen. Okay, let me put it back so I'll shut my mouth. Alright.
I'm doing everything and he just doesn't have to clean. Come.
Just come from work.
Yeah, and you always think he clean. He helps. He doesn't help at all. Come, look. Babe, can you help me clean something at least?
Babes, come on, me and play some FIFA, man.
But
Big
babe,
man
I've
boy.
been cleaning
Big
everything,
man boy,
babe.
with shot me,
Come
boy.
on, help something. At least the dishes or something.
Babes, you know when I wash up one bucket of dishes, so I don't know how come up and I say, what can I get? No, me don't do that. You don't know how we are. You just don't know how to tell me about it.
I'm a light shuttle. I'm a light shuttle. Oh, yeah. Lock off this. Lock it off. I'm a light shuttle. And we all say, take up the things there. Take up that. Take it up. Take it up. I'm help her. And we all deal with. And that's how things go. You can call me this. Take up the left from over there, so. Take up them there.
So since you don't listen to me, I just had to come
Take
in.
them up. You're too bright. You should call me for each one help one. Each one help one. You're going like say you have some killer. How do you? Each one help one. You're there play PlayStation. And now help her. Look at you.
So what are you doing over here? Are you gonna come?
So that was a demonstration to the mother-in-law, to see how the son is behaving. The moment the mom came and he without any hesitation. Where is it? Like right here. Watch.
Everything, babe. Have something. At least the dishes or something.
Yeah, you know when I was about buckler dishes, so I don't know how you come and go and say, okay, you know me not do that. You don't know how we are. You just don't come tell me about it.
Oh, son of like shit. I'm a like shit. Oh.
Yeah.
He didn't even fetch. Look at this right there.
Oh, son of like shit. I'm a like shit. Oh.
Yeah.
Look off this.
Oh my God. I have to give Pop, I guess the daughter-in-law has good relationship with the mother-in-law. People are just laughing. I thought he wanted to play FIFA. I'm dead. Not anymore. Power past power. I swear. When you get caught off guard by your parents and automatically start cleaning up, you don't know where to put stuff at. I remember I was putting the remote and the refrigerator and the milk near the couch. All discombobulated and scared. Yikes, real bad man turned soft soap, said Speed. No delay, she did him dirty though, as a real. That's betraying trust. No, at least he called the mom. This is not cool. Let me see here. These two comments here. I condone it. Okay, he shouldn't have to be told the first place. His behavior looked childish. Men immediately start picking up dyed clothes them. Okay, men have flashback and PTSD from childhood when mommy come home and see him skylark. But never thought of, okay, the meet and sweep. Okay, so that's slang here. Could have easily been avoided if he helped her in the first place though. Just saying. That's true. But anyway, people are laughing. There's another comment I want to go. Come on, go back. This one. Yikes, real bad man turned soft. Okay, no delay. Dirty door. Okay, so that's this one. Come on. I condone it. He shouldn't have to be told in the first place. His behavior looked childish. Okay, men immediately start. Okay, am I reading the same thing? Alright, let's leave that alone. This is my second one. I mean, my last one. Has to do with a little bit of politics. I'm just gonna let it play. Alright, and then I'm not even gonna go in the comment section. Alright. Screenshots. How long it is? Okay, it's 1 minute and 28 seconds. Recapping what's happening under the Trump administration. Alright, listen.
Let me see if I'm following this correctly. So Israel and Iran are potentially gearing up for war. The big beautiful bill that's going to kill a lot of people is still pending in the Senate. And Felon 47 is throwing himself a sexual predator parade. Apparently there's an ad on Craigslist paying cryptocurrency to people who will fill the vacancies for the sexual predators parade. I know the media is marketing as a military parade, but what the fuck are we celebrating? A traitorous ass dictator who's destroying democracy with tyranny and grabs women by the There's protests and civil unrest happening across the country. You literally have immigrants and legal residents being rounded up by ICE, news journalists being detained by LAPD on national TV, and some even being shot with rubber bullets. We have sitting senators whose job is to oversee who can't even see the Homeland Security Secretary without being escorted out forcefully by security. And while all this shit is happening across the country, Marjorie Taylor Greene is still the most masculine woman in Congress. I'm telling you, if you give that woman a gray jumpsuit, her ass could go work at Jiffy Lube. I'm telling you, Marjorie, you're missing your calling. You shouldn't even be in Congress. You should be working on a carburetor. Your ass should be changing oil or changing the goddamn tire. Who needs a Duralast trolley jack when your ass is jacked like Marjorie Taylor goddamn Greene? She could lift that car up all by her motherfucking self. The way she be stomping in the chamber like a WWE wrestler, I know Neil Druckmann is somewhere punching the damn air because he could have easily casted her as Abby in the HBO adaptation of The Last of Us. And this won't be the last time you hear from us, as we told you that all this shit would have motherfucking happened. Do y'all still think we were overreacting before the election?
Okay, so that's that. He pretty much sums up what's going on. Let's do a prayer. Let me pause it
Stay
so
with me. Let me see if
it doesn't come up again. Let's do a prayer. I know, for peace. Prayer for peace, that's all. Image, whatever is here. Best prayer for peace of mind. Lord, grant me peace of mind that surpasses understanding, anchoring my heart in your tranquility. Heavenly Father, in the midst of life's chaos, grant me the serenity that can only come from you. Jesus, Prince of Peace, let your calming presence settle my anxious thoughts, and bring stillness to my soul. Okay, so that's that. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that is it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.